In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 ways to stay more grounded in your life. My name is Seth, and welcome to another video here at Nature Affinity, where we help others to align with the affinity of nature. We'll be posting daily videos here at 11:11 Pacific time. Now, what is grounding? Let's start there. What is grounding? Okay, very simply, my definition of grounding is to be present to the moment, to really feel the power of now. They don't call it the present moment for no reason. It's a gift. Use it. Feel it. The power of now, that's where everything happens. And when you can really ground yourself and bring yourself to presently be in the moment of now, you will be more grounded. Now, the first way that I use to be more grounded in my life is to breathe in the fresh air. Deeply. Breathe very deeply. You see, a lot of us are breathing way too shallow. We're not breathing deep enough. We need to breathe deeply the fresh air. Come out into nature, and nature will show you. You will feel the difference of how this air feels. Like, if you live in a city, sometimes the air isn't quite as fresh, you know? Like, I'm sure that a lot of you can relate to that because a lot of people live in a city, right? So, wherever you can find where the air is the freshest around where you live, go into that space and breathe in the fresh air. The second way to really be more grounded in your life is through earthing. Or in some cases, people just call it grounding, but I like to call it earthing so that we don't get confused here. And what that is to really basically take your feet and plant them on the ground, your bare feet. Like, if you're walking or hiking or doing something like that, that's the third way, is to be moving. But my feet right now are on the ground. My bare feet, I got my toes in the moss, and it feels amazing. Now, the third way, like I already said, is to walk or to hike. And it doesn't necessarily have to be way in the middle of nature, but just the act of walking, you're rising and falling, it's the motion of life, right? You're rising and you're falling. Because every time that you fall down, there's a chance to rise up even stronger than you were before. And in the motion of walking, like where it's a motion of falling, and like you're falling and then you're rising, you're falling and you're rising. And if you can really do that barefoot somewhere, like my favorite place to go barefoot, honestly, is on the beach and walk with my toes in the sand. Like, I love that feeling. It's amazing. And I'm sure many of you can relate to that. But yeah, if you can find like a forest, even in your backyard, like walking on the grass or something like that, it feels amazing. So that is the third way to stay grounded, is to really spend time walking or hiking. Like, all those 3 first ways are like, they all intertwine with each other. They all work in conjunction. Like, you can be walking or hiking with your bare feet on the ground, breathing in the fresh air and saying, oh, it just feels so good to be alive, right? Now, the fourth way, and this is huge, is to realize that there's always enough time for you. There's always enough time. Now, a way that, like, I used to always get flustered, you know, when I was cutting it close, like I was trying to get to work or trying to go somewhere, and I'm all like, I only got this amount of time, and it's like almost not enough, right? Like sometimes like you plan on leaving early and it just doesn't work that way. But then, and I would get stressed out, like as I was driving. I would be like I would be tense behind the wheel. I would be stressed out. But that's how I've managed to stay grounded in the moment in that situation or any other situation like that. It's to just say, there's always enough time for me. The universe always provides enough time. There's no need to worry. There's no need to rush. There's no need to be in a hurry to get nowhere. Because really, whenever we're rushing or in a hurry to get somewhere, we've decided in our own mind that there's some reason for that. Like, nature doesn't rush. Everything happens at its own perfect timing. And there's always enough time for everything in nature. So if you can really take that to heart, and you can tell yourself and believe it, that there is always enough time for me. The universe always provides enough time. The fifth way is through a type of grounding meditation. Now, there's a lot of different grounding meditations out there. So this one, I like to use this one in specific if I feel tense or I'm all like stressed out or anxious. First of all, like if I'm feeling an emotion like anxiety, or if I'm like feeling anger or something like that, I say, instead of saying I am angry, like I always said like in the past, like I am angry, I'm like, but wait a second, I am not this emotion. So I added the word choosing in there. So I say, I am choosing to be angry. And I'm like, wait a minute, I don't want to choose that anymore. I don't want to choose to be angry. And so I started doing this grounding meditation where it works the best if you can get somewhere like you're earthing, right? Like you got your feet on the ground. It works the best but to do that for this grounding meditation, but you can really do it anywhere at any time. And in this meditation, I close my eyes and I just have my feet on the ground. I'm imagining that energy of nature coming up through my body, coming up from the ground up through my body, through all the energy centers of the body. I'm imagining that energy coming up and filling my body with peace and tranquility. And like it all ties together, right? Because at that point, I'm breathing deeply. I'm anchoring myself into the present moment. And then I have the power to change it, to change the way that I'm feeling. Or, if I'm stressed out or high anxiety or angry or frustrated or otherwise. I then have all the power in that moment to change it. And through channeling that energy and making myself a conduit for that nature energy from the planet Earth, I'm grounding. It's like in the forest, the trees are just chilling, right? They're standing there, having a good old time. And then the wind comes up. Like, you could say the wind could be like something in your life that's like pushing you a certain direction. But when the wind comes up, the trees are like they're swaying back and forth. But if they're healthy, they sway back and forth in the wind and they don't fall. The only time that they fall is if something's going on with them already, like if they're diseased or something like that. And now, if you can stay grounded in the present moment, your energy, it flows like those trees in the wind. And you stay in that inner peace. You don't react. I like to say, I never react to anything anymore. I respond. I take a second and think to myself, how do I want to respond to this? Instead of doing that knee-jerk reaction, right? Like, because I'm in that grounded place in the present moment. Now, those were 5 ways to stay grounded in your life. And honestly, I feel like the video wouldn't be complete without sharing this one. So here's a bonus way of staying grounded in your life. Is this morning, I drank a whole bunch of chia seed smoothie. To really have that sort of like nature connection with the good foods, the healthy foods, root vegetables, fruits like blueberries, chia seeds. Like I have a chia seed smoothie with blueberries, mangoes, avocados, hemp hearts, chia seeds, all that good nutrients, man. Like that will keep you in that grounded state. Ordering from the dollar menu, that kind of very bland, very processed food, it pulls you out of the present moment because your body has to work so hard to take care of that food. Again, it's almost a stretch to even call it food at this point. Because if you look at a McDonald's burger and a year from now you still have the same burger, it's all dried out, but it doesn't go moldy. It's still the same burger. It's like, what do they put in this? Like, that's another topic for another time. I don't want to get off topic or anything, but if you eat whole foods and root vegetables from the ground, it keeps you grounded in nature. And that frequency will bring you and keep you in that power of now. So I guess that was 6 ways, right? There's a bonus way in there of staying grounded in your life. And I get this question a lot. Like, how do you stay so grounded, Seth? Like, how do you not react to the adversity coming through and to, our current situation and stuff like that? And these are some of the ways. There are an infinite number of ways to stay grounded. And if for example, if that grounding meditation doesn't resonate with you, you can go on the internet. You can just look up grounding meditations, for example. There's a lot of options there. If you found value in the content of this video, please share it. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And it's another beautiful day in paradise. I got my bare feet on the ground right now, breathing in the fresh air. Peace.